Let's do this, and then we'll move on. Number one. Didn't we do number one? Oh, okay. Number one. Number one is asking. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Number one is asking, what power? What power of 7 gets a 49?
Who said 3?
Hey, don't make fun of other people's answers. So what power of 7 give a 49? Because, yeah. So please get in the habit of writing that because 7 squared is 7 times 7, which is 49, and that was the thing we're looking for in the first place.
So we have to write like,
Yeah, always write a justification, because then I can see where the mistake is, right? Just like I asked you to state what properties you were using on the test, and some people chose to ignore it anyway, but you gotta tell me what you're doing. That way, if I at least know you have the idea, you just add it wrong, I can help you with that. And if you don't have the idea, so you told me I'm not gonna eat that in my room. Number two. Number two. Let's think about that. Very critical. What is number two asking?
the power of 0.
What power of 0 gives me 7? The question we're asking you is, how many times can I multiply 0 by itself to get to 7? I see a misconception here. 0 is not equals to not possible. Okay? They're not the same thing. 0 is a number. It's 0. You're telling me 0 to the 0 is 7. If you put 0, then you're telling me that 0 to the 0 is equals to 7. You're giving me an answer, and that answer is 0. Okay? So you're going to be very careful. There are some times where 0 means nothing. There are very few times, right? 0 means nothing. But other times 0 means something. It's 0. You got something. That thing happens to be 0. It's 0 from not possible. Okay? 0 does not mean not possible. If you think about it when you take my test, sometimes you get 0. That's what you got. I never read not possible as a grade. Sometimes I'd be tempted to write that, but I don't write not possible as a grade. So I'm thinking whoever wrote the 0 is one for not possible, right? There's no number. There's no amount of time I can multiply 0 by itself to get 7. Because 0 times 0 is 0 times 0 is 0 times 0 is 0 times 0. All day. Every day. We good? Anybody have a question?
So, what is it?
The class before you, some folks did it and they were filling in forms and they wrote that. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. That's fine.
So just write that as the...
Yeah, not possible. All right? There is no number that I can raise 0 to get 7. Just like if I have, for example, a base of 1, and I say, what power of 1 gives me any other number besides 1? It's not possible. What power of 1 gives me 2? How many times can I multiply 1 by itself to get 2? Is that possible? No. Because when I'm multiplying 1, I'm always stuck at 1. By itself, right? We're good? Okay. Number 3. Number 3, what power of 5? That's what number 3 is. What power of 5 gives me what? What power do I have to raise 5 to get 1? That was the answer, the question I got answered yesterday regarding the 42, right? Remember that? We said what power of 42 give us 1? And the answer was? 0. So what power of 5 gives me 1? 0. Because What? Yeah. Because 5 to the 0 is 1. From our properties of exponent, anything that is not 0, 5 is not 0, raised to the 0 power is always. Questions? Number 6. Number 6 is asking what power of -2 gives me 32? What power of -2 gives me 32? So how many times do I have to multiply -2 by itself to end up with a positive 32? So the base is negative. So in order for me to end up with a positive number, how many times do I have to multiply a negative to end up with a positive? Odd number? All right, let's try that. What's -2 times -2? Huh? +4, what's +4 times -2? -8, we end up with a negative, we do odd. So the answer should be even number of times, right? So every time I multiply negative numbers even number of times, I should get a positive answer out. So if we come here to -32, how many times do I have to multiply 2 to get to 32? We did that yesterday. 5. 5 is even or odd? It's odd, right? So this is not possible. If you want to show that, we could say, well, let's just try. -2. I have how many times we want to keep trying this. And then let's just, so this is what? +4, and then another one, -8, and then another one, +16, and then another one, -32. And if I do another one, I get +64. So the only thing that resembles this thing is that thing, right? But it's negative. So it's not possible. Good? Yeah, not possible. There is no number. Yeah, so again, if you look at, well, 7 is just what power of 1/3 gives me 9, right? What power of 1/3 gives me 9. Gotta be careful with it. Okay. What power of 1/3 gives me 9. They're both positive, right? Number 7? Yes. And the answer is? -2? Why? He said because 1/3 to the -2 is, say that again? It's 9. And then how did we get from here to 9? I want you to walk me through the steps. Okay. So 1 to the -2, 3 to the -2, which is 3 squared over 1 squared, which is 9. Properties of exponents. All right? So +2, because, -2, because 1/3 to the -2 is 9. So let me look at number 4, because I said number 4 was wrong, but nobody challenged it. Was that number 4 that had a heart on it, or was that number 5? It was number 5, right? Was it number 4? Number 5. So number 5 says, what power of -2 gives me 16? We just talked about what power of -2 gives us 32. We still got on the board here. So how many times do I multiply -2 to get to 16? +4 times. So the 4 was okay, it's just the negative was not okay on it. the directions. Will number 8 be not possible? So let's look at number 8. Number 8 says, what power of negative 1/3 gives me 27? So let's think about what power of 3 gives us 27. 3. So if I multiply a negative odd number of times, I get a negative number, right? This is asking for a positive number, which is not possible. Well, I can agree with you on that. Okay, so today's work, I need everybody to look at, to have your hands at page 50, but turn the page to page 52, actually 53. Oh, 52, I was right, why am I down in myself? 52. So look at the problems on page 52. You ready? The first two problems on page 52, compare them with the first two problems on page 50. Can somebody tell me what's the difference? It says log instead of what? Instead of what power? Now, what are the similarities? What makes them look alike? The same problem with the same answer, right? Okay. So yesterday I told you that the reason we started with what power is because we're going to extend and change that phrase from what power to log. Because it's the same question the log is asking you for. So number 1 and number 2 are already done, but let's go over them. It says the log base 2 of 8 is 3. This is correct. So log base 2, are we listening?
Yeah.
Of 8 is 3 because 2 to the 3rd is 8. See how I'm writing it? I'm writing in exponential form now. And that's what we did yesterday. So I want you to really look at this because I'll be asking you to go from log to exponential, exponential back to logarithm. So if I do the next one again like they did, they want you to determine log base 3 of 9. And this said that was 2. So what power of 3 gives us 9? They're saying that's 2. Right? So every time you're doing log, if you're confused, go right back to what power. What power do I have to raise this thing to get that? So because the 3 squared, the base to that is equals to that. Everybody see I'm ready my because? I'm not just saying because and drop the mic. I'm actually continuing with a conversation. That's how I want you to write it. It's so that I see how you're thinking. Sometimes when you write it out, you go, oh no, that's wrong, I gotta go back and change it. So then I'm gonna do number 3. Number 3 says log is 6 of 36 is equals to what? 2y. Because 6 squared is 36. Let's pay attention, please. Now, this is easy to yell out because we've already done it, right? But what happens if there's something we don't know? So I'm going to solve this. We already know the answer, so I'm going to solve it again a different way. Assuming that we don't know this. It says log base 6 of 36 is equals to something we don't know. We put x for things we don't know. It's kind of stupid because we know our x's, but we always put x for things we don't know. I don't know why. It's just crazy. Now if we go back here from the beginning, say log base 2 of 8 is 3 because the base, using this as the exponent, is equal to that, right? So we're going to do the same thing. The base using that as an exponent, is equals to, yeah. This is the equation technically we have to solve. 6 to what power gives me 36? 2. See that? Yeah, or see that? They have the same basis and they're equal, they have to have the same power. If we say we're all Americans and we all equal, we should have the same rights. That's all it is. Don't matter if you're rich, broke, got a house, don't have a house, black, white, Asian, Latina, shouldn't matter. Native American, if we say we're all Americans, and we're equal, our bases are the same, then we should have the same rights. That's exactly what we're doing. So therefore, X should be equal to 2. Y'all good? 2. Questions? Anybody with a question? So it's 2 because 6 squared is 36. All right? Because we said 6 to some power is the same as 6 to the 2 power, where that power is better be the same as they're equal. So now, here's your work that you're going to do for me today. Find a cousin, hopefully somebody who is not going to try to hit on you or you're not going to try to hit on them. It's this post-Valentine's Day. I know some of you just realized you were single, you really thought you had a relationship. You find out that you win. My bad. You know boy that's always going to do that anyway. It's a short man complex. Right? Are you going to act like you didn't see me? Okay, so here's your work on a serious note. You got a long weekend coming up. Actually, it's a vacation. So while you're here right now with your cousin, do problems number 1 through 8 on page 52. And then the work you're going to do before you return to my room on Tuesday, which I am really begging you that you're doing while you're right here, right now. You got all this time because you're going to forget to do it. And then you're going to come here on Tuesday. That's when you're going to remember you got a homework for Goya. And you're going to be in a hurry trying to do that. Your work is going to be all of question 10. Question 10 starts on page 52, ends on page 53. It got a lot of babies, like Flipper Flip. Yes. So I would say find somebody right now, complete all of this. That way you're not worried about Goya's work. This long President's Day weekend is coming up. We're good? Anybody with a question?
You said page 52, right?
52 is the classwork, and then 53 is the not classwork, but you can do right now. We're good? High five!